Launch strategies that work. Setting up your course for success. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths and I have sold over 50,000 courses, and I've learned a thing or two about selling in a variety of ways. And that can be evergreen, where you are selling and it's literally you're selling a little bit every single day and it's drip, drip, drip every single day. Or it might be that you're selling through a launch, and we are going to talk through both strategies because I firmly believe both work, but you need to make it easy. You may need to make it that you simplify the process. It's not over complex so that you can do it rather than it being so complicated that actually you get scared and intimidated and then imposter syndrome kicks in and you don't do it, or you do it once and then it sits on the digital shelf going dusty because you're so exhausted and drained and burned out from the process. So let's make it really super simple. So the first thing to do is about the launching. So you've created your course and you're launching. Now, if anyone tells you do a launch in a Facebook group or all of those things, I'm just gonna say, because it is too much, it's overwhelming. A few years ago, I remember I ran paid ads to a Facebook group. So I had a pop-up Facebook group, had a bunch of people that I paid, and I spent thousands on Facebook ads. Bunch of people went into the Facebook group and I was doing training every day and then doing a webinar. But the problem was that you can't rely on Facebook. You're paying Facebook for the ads, and sometimes the ad cost is this, and then other times it's this, and it's so unpredictable because it depends on what else is going on the platform. So we spent a fortune. So in the first instance, the ad return wasn't great. Secondly, the tech wasn't functioning in the way that we wanted it to. So it meant that people couldn't find my Facebook group. They weren't seeing the Facebook lives, and it was a complete disaster. I mean, absolute, like you name it, everything went wrong. So if you are thinking about doing that, I would really strongly urge you to keep it simple and don't do that, because then you're reliant on Facebook rather than if you were to imagine if you just got people to join a waitlist. So you got people to join a waitlist for your course, and then you get them excited, you're nurturing them because of the waitlist, and you send them emails on a consistent basis, and then you invite them to your webinar. They come to your webinar, you can hold the webinar on Zoom or wherever you feel comfortable. So imagine you've got people, they're on a webinar, you do your training, here they are, they all show up, they do the training, you might record it so that there's a pre-recorded version so people can catch that as well. And then you send some sales emails. And that is a simple launch. Now imagine if you didn't have to do training every day for a week, showing up, doing loads of posts, commenting, loads of engagement, replying to all these comments in a Facebook group. Instead, you kept it super simple. How much nicer would that feel? Now, the thing is that maybe, and it's a big maybe, you might get a better return doing the Facebook group. But I found that the algorithm and the tech of Facebook was so unreliable that actually you couldn't guarantee that. Plus the stress, the exhaustion of doing all of that, managing it all. The last time I did a Facebook Live challenge in that way, I was so burned out from the process, I didn't launch again for another year. So it's like, okay, you have a big launch, but then you don't launch again for another year. So actually it's self-defeating. Whereas if you make it super simple, that it is achievable, it's manageable, even when you have kids, even when you are juggling other things, it means that you can launch and you're going to launch again because you're not burned out from the process. It wasn't a horrible process. So you think, okay, I did my emails, I've done my webinar, now next time I'll do the next bit. And it's not such a draining, exhausting experience that you can repeat it in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time. So it means that you get consistent drops of income rather than like big flash in the pan and then you disappear. So for me, it helps me be sustainable. And so I plan out my year and I will And if you want to check out that launch plan, check out the link below, because I've got a free guide that really gives you all of that. So check out the launch plan. So the thing is that I have regular drips of when I'm selling my main program, but I'll also sell other courses, and I do it in the same way. And I plan that out throughout the year. So I have a regular drip that's going to people every 6 weeks or so. So it means that I'm getting consistent income, but it's not exhausting. I can plan out my emails throughout the year, and I'm doing it, you know, a couple of months ahead of time rather than feeling drained and exhausted in the process. The second thing I do, so that's launching. So you can start out by just keeping it simple, keeping it low key. You do it and then consistently do it again the next time and the next time. And if you're thinking, I don't have an email list, well, you know, you can start by building that lead magnet, but also by inviting people. So, you know, maybe it's a live version that you do on LinkedIn. So you use LinkedIn events and do it as a live event, a live training. So you do that, then you might do it again another time. And so it just gets easier. So the more that you show up. So that's the first thing to say. Then also I have an evergreen strategy. So evergreen means just like the trees, they don't die in winter. It means that you are staying consistently alive all year. So you're basically selling every single day. And the way that you do that, I use YouTube. So for example, if I'll say, oh, check out my live launch plan. So you'll join my email list, and then I can sell to you on the back of that. So I will use YouTube, I'll use LinkedIn, I will also use Facebook ads. So there's a variety of strategies you can use in order to sell. And so yes, you're paying for the cost of Facebook ads, but you might be paying for the cost of Facebook ads when you are live launching. The thing with a live launch is that you want this one-hit wonder. You're spending thousands in, or you know, hundreds in like 3 weeks. Whereas actually, if you're little drips of money all year, you're optimizing those ads so that you are making it the best performing ad. And when it stops performing well, you switch it off, you create another one. So it means that you're consistently generating income, because when you then are selling a product, so you run the ad and then on the back you're selling. So me, for example, I have a course called Confident on Camera, and that has sold me, I'll share the link below, that's generated me over $1 million in revenue just from one funnel. And that's because drip, 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 it worked consistently over, you know, every single day, year in, year out. And so it's a much easier strategy. So keep your launches simple, make them easy. It doesn't have to be over complex. You don't have to spend a fortune with like some kind of launch guru, because you can make this easy. I promise. The easier you make it, the more likely you are to show up, be consistent, and sell on a consistent basis. Wishing you every success. Check out the easy launch plan below. And if you like this video, I would love you to subscribe. Please click on the link to subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, bye, bye.